Hi everyone, welcome to our video today, which is an update on our creative sunny slope ground cover. So it's been a year since we planted this sunny slope ground cover here. I'm loving it and I wanted to show all of you at home how well it's done. And this is the time of year that it flowers, which is typically late summer, early fall. But I want to tell you a little more about it and just give you some tips on planting it and just let you know how we planted it and show you how well this is done. Okay, so let's get down to it. The shrub that we're using here as a ground cover is called Lespedeza Yakushima. So it's also known as bush clover. So it's great for zones 4 through 8. It's a deciduous shrub, so it does lose its foliage in the winter, but it has these beautiful pinkish purple flowers, very delicate, but they're covering the shrubs, and it blooms late summer, early fall. It also has this pea-like foliage that has a really nice texture to it. It does turn golden yellow in the fall before it loses its leaves. So it's great for zones 4 through 8. I'm here in Connecticut in zone 6B. And the shrub, when it's mature, will get to about 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide if it's happy. So it does really well in poor soils and it does require a lot of sun. It also is rabbit and rodent and deer resistant, and it's loved by pollinators. Just had neighbors come by yesterday that stopped and asked, what are the shrubs where the bees are covering it down by the road? So you can see and hear lots of pollinators down here right now. I actually see one right here. Okay, so a little bit about the why we planted it and the how we planted it, because like I said, I wanted to give you an update because it's only been 1 year, and look at this is all filled in so nicely. So the why is we have these boulder walls here, and we need to make some of the areas low maintenance. That's one of the benefits of a ground cover, is it will help you with your maintenance, crowds out the weeds. And then also it helps with erosion. You can see here we're on a hill, so there is some runoff. So it was really important to get some things going. But also we wanted to do something really pretty and hardy down by the road for people that are walking or just driving by. So it's one of the first things you see when you even pull into the driveway. It's right here by the mailbox. But it has to be hardy enough to withstand any salt and sand that comes off the road, because we get a lot of snow here in the winter. So very hardy little shrub. So how we planted it. So I have my measuring tape out here because I wanted to give you the measurements of this garden in case this is something that you all want to try at home. This garden is about 8 feet wide by 28 feet long. And it's, like I said, very rocky down here. Our boulders that are making these terraced walls here all came off the property. So what we did was we individually planted the 1-gallon pots, and I'm just going to show you a quick clip of Josh and I when we planted. So we just dug the hole and we amended the holes individually. So what I mean is, we didn't amend the whole garden and prep it. We just made sure that we weeded it out, scraped off the top layer. There was barely any grass growing here, but we scraped it off, got rid of any rocks that we could, and then just amended each individual hole with some nice compost and with some fresh screened topsoil. So we planted about 15 plants here, and in the spring I lost one. And look at it. It has come in so full and lush, and it's really, really beautiful, especially at this time of year. Lots of comments on it. So lastly, I just want to talk about how easy it is to take care of. And once it gets established, you really don't need to worry too much about watering it. This is a pretty dry location here, but to get it going, you do want to make sure that you give it consistent water. And then as far as cutting it back or pruning, the only time that I cut it back is very early spring. Now you can also cut it back in the early winter instead if you want. So once the foliage dies back, you can cut it right to the ground. But I just kind of like to leave a little something for the winter. So I will leave it and I will get to it late winter, early spring and cut it right to the ground. And that's it. Honestly, I'm just pulling some tall weeds out of it occasionally, just a few here and there. And literally that's it for care. So that's pretty wonderful. It's such an easy maintenance ground cover for a sunny slope. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel because we have lots more gardening videos coming your way.